my last name. I know they mind what them do say. In love, baby, you way they complete me. Say you know be sexy, but I say you be sensible, yeah. I feel you the way you are, my African lady. Basically, you know get this eyes, yeah. Medically, you dey boost my desire. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. 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 Physically, you know get this eyes, yeah. Medically, you dey boost my desire. Black beautiful, melanin popping. My baby, oh, you dey make her dey crazy. You dey jumbo me, oh, with your something. Baby, you dey confuse me, oh, with your something. Oh, Lord, Femi. My baby one and only. Oh Lolo Femi, my baby one and only. With you my life go better. I don't get matter, my baby no dey worry. My bread now you dey butter. Money fair gone. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. Give me sweet mango.
Nobody raise my temperature. You didn't make a bad one kilometer. Kill a bit it goes in disaster. Yeah. Sweet mango, where body bar me and let it go on. Girl, you know you are rather die, no go find chemo. Nana, on top of fire, want me water, I carry kaya, so I'm me cheddar, no good denier, no be Judas, I'm no desire. Chop my cigar. I want you, girl, you know this. Wine for me, don't leave me.
Sweet mangoes, my baby give me sweet mango. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango. Sweet mango, my baby give me sweet mango.
What an impressive week it has been of exhilarating and incredible esports and gaming action. We are here at the final day at the Accra Mall for the Accra Esports Week. It's just been enjoyment. But I'm officially welcoming you to Championship Saturday, where we'll see who takes home, in fact, who gets a chunk of the 15,000 Ghana cedis right here at the Accra Mall for the Accra Esports Week. My name is Slimo, and this is the VGA Esports Show. Stay tuned, more updates coming from the Accra Mall Food Court. Accra Esports Week here to close out with the banger. I'm here with one of the guys responsible for us. Yeah, welcome to the show for the first time, and we want to say a big thank you first of all. Now, what is the main reasoning why you let us do this right here?
Thank you very much, Sly. My name is Anthony, and I'm a marketing manager at Accra Mall. Esports is a big deal in Ghana, not only in Ghana, but also all around the world, right? And Accra Mall is a community mall that supports communities from all walks of life. And esports is one big community that we like to associate with because, you know, we have young, gentlemen, ladies coming around to play video games, coming to enjoy what the mall has to offer in terms of food, fashion, you can name it, electronics and everything. So I think esports is something that Accra Mall really enjoys supporting, and I think we're going to support forever.
Well, we love that you have that in mind. Now, are you a big fan of video games? Do you play yourself?
I do play video games.
Which ones are you playing?
I used to play FIFA with my brother a lot, but I really like, Tekken. I like the fighting ones. I like the Tekken, and I also like the car racing games as well.
So hopefully next year when we come back, we'll see you take the controllers.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to be playing Maximus.
We'd definitely love to see that matchup. Thank you for speaking to us. The Accra Mall doing this big thing with us. And I'm joined here by the one and only Brownberry. Thank you for speaking to us. And what do you make of video gaming and esports in the country?
Right. First of all, I'm excited to be here, very excited. And I represent the fans, the observers, and the non-gamers. Because I'm a non-gamer. I don't game. But I'm a huge fan of what you're doing. I love the gamers. There are people here who've been gaming for like 10, 13 years plus, and they're so amazing. And that's a community I'm not even aware of. And I like to consider myself someone who knows what's really happening.
Hello, Mike.
So this is a bit of a shocker to me, but I'm very impressed with the different communities that there are, and I think it's growing. I'm just happy that people have actually started traveling out of the country because of esports. So I mean, the future it can only get bigger.
One thing we'll love to see before you go is maybe next year we see you grab a controller and also show us one or two things.
Yes, I would love to. Like, I'm going to start getting ready for this. So Max was telling me there's going to be some sort of training for people like myself. So I'm signing up. Next year I'll be here.
We'd love to see.
Watch out for me. I'll be here next year.
I'll personally take that on. I'll personally try to train Brownberry. Thanks for speaking to us. The VGA Esports Show with all the live action here at the Accra Esports Week. Well, this year we told you we're coming big. Alright guys, it's moment to put everything under wraps. It's moment to climax what has been a massive week for esports and gaming across the country. The third iteration of the Accra Esports Week has been nothing short of exciting. It's been beautiful to watch the different genre of games come together and showcase what they've got to us at the very highest level, because the best of the players did compete. We've seen some excellent finals already. MK was beautiful, NBA 2K was beautiful, FC for the women was beautiful, eFootball was beautiful. It's time to crown an FC 25 men's champion, and we are in the semi-final stages. My name is Slime. I'll be taking you through all of the games from the semi-finals to the grand finals, and in your shorts currently will be WiseMars and Kalu, who were actually in the same group and will have to face each other in that semi-final to determine who gets a spot at the grand final. Both of them are using fans actually in the 95 overall game mode. I had a little bit of an argument with them because 95 overall you'd expect that they'll be able to straight things up, but it seems like the French national team is the choice for both sides. WiseMars will be in their home attire in that deep blue kit with the white shorts, and for Kalu you'll be rocking with the away kit, which is the dominant white and the blue shorts. And we are ready to go now. Both of the guys seem really poised. Now, I did mention earlier that they were both in the same group. Actually, 3 guys from the same group are in the semi-final, because BigUps is also waiting in the wings to play Convict Records Endless also in the other semi-final. So both of them being in the same groups tells you a lot about that group, because that group had Skradada, it had WiseMars, it had Kalu, it had BigUps, and then Skradada, who ended up actually winning the group, is not in the semi-final. Crazy tournament the Accra Esports Week has been for FC 25 men's, and definitely we have more craziness to show you. Here comes WiseMars on his first attack of the game with Turam. We've already seen him do some beautiful damage, because if you're watching him on Tuesday, I know a lot of games are not on broadcast, but I just like the variety to which he can attack sometimes. He's just that guy that you cannot predict, and every single iteration of the game that comes out, WiseMars finds a way to crack the code. But this year FC 25, someone that has really been impressed with is Kalu. I mean, from that first game Gurus tournament by Esports Association of Ghana, you could tell that he wanted to lay down a marker, and lay down a marker he did. That was my WiseMars testing the waters pretty early. If you're wondering what that white bar right on the feet of the player is, that is the newly introduced shooting mode in the game, precision shooting, which of course is a must for all pro players out there. This year was tricky at the start of the game when it came fresh, where everybody had to play with it. A lot of people didn't seem to understand the concept behind precision shooting, but I kind of feel like the months have gone by, the days have gone by. Now people have grinded the game to a level that I feel like precision shooting, if you don't play, you're not doing well. It didn't take Kalu too much time. It didn't take him too many chances. Pounds on the opportunity. A little loose at the back from WiseMars, but Kalu take that all day. The pressing, working to perfection for Ndebele, laying on the plate. As Kylian Mbappe slots home, and it will be Kalu, the informed player, in my opinion, who opened the scoring in this grand semi-final. The Accra Esports Week FC 25 men's tournament off to a flyer with Kalu opening it up with some lovely pressing. I've said so many times on countless occasions that in FC 25, if you master pressing, I feel like you have a strong hand over your opponent. And you could see there Kalu fearless with his pressing, because once you're pressing in your opponent's box, it means that you could be vulnerable at the back, but he was ready to take some risk, and definitely the risk did pay with a handsome reward as it takes him a goal up. Bakola on that left wing for WiseMars. You send runners everywhere. Over the top through balls is one thing that you've always got to be careful of. Thuram, WiseMars attacking in the middle now. That time Kylian Mbappe stopped in his tracks, but you've always got to be critical when you're playing with 95 overall game mode, because you don't have the luxury of being able to use some of the play styles that you're usually used to when you're playing maybe your ultimate team or your normal kickoff mode. Play styles aren't available as they are in the other game mode, so you've got to adjust to the play, and I feel like the players have done that extremely well, where this time around they are playing in the more basic manner. You have to find a way to play basic and then you will prevail. Bakola over the top, Kalu trying as much as possible to create chances. So far, all of the chances have fallen to WiseMars in these first 13 game minutes. And mind you, it is going to be a two-legged tie, home and away affair to decide who books a spot in the final. So there's still a lot of FC to be played. Kalu, even though he hasn't created too many chances, has just shown how clinical he can be. Mbappe, that's why WiseMars have a response pretty early. Kalu defending closely as he can, as you put that one out for a corner. Mbappe for WiseMars, so just recycle and get more guys into the action. That's not the best way to do it, as Kalu can get on the break, has bodies in front, finds Mbappe. You know, when he gets on the run, he's always dangerous to deal with. Can he finish it off? Yes, he will. That's the far post finish at its best. That's the counter attack at its best. And Kalu, so quick, just so difficult to stop Mbappe when he's on a run like that. And I think this finish just sums up how good precision shooting is this year. Far posts and being able to have that kind of accuracy is a huge plus for Kalu as he goes 2 goals up. Now, speaking to Kalu a few weeks prior to the tournament, he told me he's very confident that he'll do really well, and him making a semi-final is a huge feat for him. But knowing Kalu, he's got bigger things on his mind, and so far he's been able to nullify every single threat that WiseMars has posed. Still a lot of time to go though. That time the Kaketa into the pass, not working for WiseMars, as Kalu will be on the break. We've already seen how deadly these breaks can be. Dembele for Kalu with some space that time. The pass not finding the intended target, but what a start to the semi-final it has been, as there's just literally seconds on the board before the halftime whistle goes. He's been clinical. 2 chances, 2 goals, ruthlessness in the eyes of Kalu, and he's punished WiseMars every single time. You cast your mind back to that second goal and how it came about. WiseMars trying to work his shot with the corner, a misplaced pass, 1-2 on the counter, broke away and made sure that he finished to a plumb. Kudos to Kalu as he goes 2 goals up, heading into the second half of our first leg. Mind you, this is the semi-final of the Accra Esports Week. If you are wondering where we are at right now, we're inside Hato Esports Academy, where we've had back-to-back grand finals in almost every single genre of game there can be here at the Accra Esports Week. We've seen NBA 2K action in which Sly prevailed. Open space for Kalu, just went a little bit too early. Flag for offside. NBA 2K champion Sly flexing his muscles with the OKC Thunder. We have crowned him. We saw FC 25 women where Lolo took on gamer girl Nika in the grand final, and she also made sure that she made a back-to-back wins for herself as well. MK champion, we saw him on Tuesday. Baby Fox had to face 10 competition. He did take it through and make sure that he can get it. There's WiseMars with a response. It broke kindly for him, and he made good use of that one. The Roots Esports player not backing now easily. And once a force for you like that, sometimes it can even become a surprise to yourself. But WiseMars not phased at all, and he smashes it into the back of the net, and it's game on time. You knew this one wasn't going to be a walk in the park for Kalu. Even though he had gone 2 goals up, you knew WiseMars just had something coming. Kalu with open space with Mbappe. We've seen him so deadly with these chances. Oh, that near post shot just coming off the post. Every single shot Kalu has had, he's inches away from scoring. He's been that deadly. And this year, near post finishes, they are just so overpowered. And if you are playing right now and you don't use near post finishes, you're missing out. You're missing out a lot. Kolomoani, Bakola, Kalu looks to go on another run. WiseMars reads it pretty well. Looking at these two in a different light, it tells you how different these two players are from play styles to personality. I think personality-wise, they are two really different people, and you see the difference also on the virtual pitch. When you look at WiseMars, in fact, when you look at him as a person, a really cool, calm and collected guy. Even when he scores, doesn't celebrate too much. But for Kalu, always wants to be vibrant, always wants to make his name be heard. Can be cool sometimes, but it's just different personalities as compared to these two guys. Kalu has been in the scene way longer than WiseMars, but you can also say WiseMars has had that level of achievement as Kalu has also had. So both of them, they've got experience in their own right, and they both deserve to be here at the Accra Esports Week semi-final stages for FC 25. Kalu on the break again with Mbappe, tries to lift one up the field, trying to link up with that Dembele up front, but stopped in his tracks. About 20 in-game minutes to go. What has been an interesting leg one of our semi-finals. Kalu and WiseMars have both really played extremely well, but kudos to Kalu. Every single chance that has come his way, he has managed to take it, but he's got to be focused and concentrated for these last 20 minutes, because you feel like WiseMars just has something. He's just got something up his sleeve, and here he comes. Kunde, Mbappe for WiseMars. We've seen a little bit of the creative runs coming to play for him. Bakola has bodies up front. Which options is he going to choose? Decides to come back and recycle. WiseMars just so patient with the way he wants to break the defense down, and immediately he collapses and you know you're in trouble. That was lovely, but just couldn't finish it off. That combination of the ball to heel roll with the pass is always so great to watch, but WiseMars couldn't execute. And there comes trademark Kalu on the break again. Will it pay off? This time just cools things off a bit as we've got about 10 minutes to go. Bakola go pass with space. That was so close for him to get his shot away. Just couldn't work out for him though. Konate, Hernandez is getting to those nervy moments as both players will have to be composed, and experience-wise, they've got loads and loads of experience. WiseMars is someone who's won international tournaments. He's won tournaments to actually go represent Ghana and Nigeria, so this one doesn't faze him at all. He's been in this situation before. And Kalu, with the number of tournaments he's won, the number of semi-finals he's been in, the number of finals he's been in, the number of times he's had to make a comeback, he's not fazed by this too. So both players experienced. It will have to be the skill that shows on the virtual pitch. Dembele, player look coming into play as you find Mbappe on the right hand side. Try to use the space to get away from the defender, but that's what the French national team defenders can't do. That's not the way to clear your lines. WiseMars with space. Kalu making sure he crowds that area, and he rights his wrongs. Bakola down that byline, possibly the last final attack of the game. Kalu, can he get a third to go in? He'll get a final corner to finish it off. On the 10, I think that will seal it for leg one, with Kalu having a slight edge over WiseMars, but really good game to watch for the neutral eye. I think both players, if you look at how WiseMars did play in that first half, created, I wouldn't say clear goal scoring opportunities, but there were opportunities where with WiseMars level that he plays that you'd expect that he will be able to convert. Even though he wasn't able to, I'm sure he'll be disappointed with himself a little bit, but he needs to create and create more. He's always someone that you'd respect in attacking regards, that he's really, really good, that he's got to be creating loads and loads of chances. But kudos to Kalu. I think he's defended so well. He's been compact at the back, and on the break, this guy has been deadly. He's used the pace of the likes of Mbappe, Thuram to cause problems for WiseMars, and WiseMars so far hasn't been able to cope. But in the latter stages of the game, though, that's where WiseMars kept growing into the game, and I feel like once he established himself, he's created problems for Kalu too, and that's what the Accra Esports Week is all about. That's what esports is all about, and that's what we enjoy watching. The two top players going head to head in the semi-final. Mind you, right after the semi-final, we've got another one waiting in the wings. It is BigUps of After 6 Esports who will be playing Endless of Convict Records Esports. Now, Endless, who it might seem a shock to everybody that is actually in this stage, but he's been good this year. Watching him from that group stage to the knockout stages, him playing Scrada, the way he beat him, the manner and fashion in which he beat him as well. So good at the back and making sure that on the break he's also very good. He's one to look out for. And for BigUps, I mean, it's usual work because he's someone that we know he's patient with his play, likes to have possession of the ball. If that can work against Endless, then you can say, okay, BigUps is the favorite going into it. But right now, Entry will say Obia, everybody has a chance to win. But at this juncture, we'll have to find out who actually gets a chance to play them in the grand finale of the Accra Esports Week FC 25 grand finale. I mean, it's been a really, really good time so far here at the Accra Esports Week. In fact, the Esports Academy has been such a good host. I feel like everybody has had a really great experience of how esports and gaming should be. These two players have put on a show for us in Leg 1, and you'd expect that the drama and the nerves will continue into Game 2. So as we get into Game 2, you'd expect that both players will put up their A game for a chance at that grand finale. Mind you, we'll have a different champion this year. First edition of Accra Esports Week, we had OJ Drizzy picking up the trophy. Second edition, it was Play Provinces Cubs. This time around, both of the players didn't compete, so we'll be having a new champion altogether. Who will it be? If you're watching kindly on the live stream, you can leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be reading them in a few. So yeah, we can have a little chat about it. But I mean, these four players all deserve to go for that number one spot. But definitely, we'll have to have one man standing. And we are good to go now. Kalu versus WiseMars Leg 2. We hope it can't be at that level as Leg 1 was, because I think it was feisty. Both players really did well to create opportunities. They make it too cagey. They make it too... Sometimes when two great players meet and they cancel each other out, you don't see too many chances. But I think these guys, they really gave a good account of themselves, tried to really be positive about the way they play. So kudos to both of them. They really did well in that Game 1. But we need to see more, especially from WiseMars, and I'm sure he'd be looking forward to creating loads and loads of chances. Bakola for WiseMars this time around. The WiseMars has switched up the kids because, of course, home and away. So he's now in that white, kicking from right to left with his first chance now. Coming with Kolomuani, ricochets off onto him. And this time around, he gets the icebreaker in this game. WiseMars, it was an interesting way with the goal did pan out. Didn't look like the most WiseMars way of scoring, because we know he's one of the smoothest out there, the cleanest out there, but he didn't get a lucky break, and I'm sure he'll take that all day long with the way he's been playing so far. And we are back on level terms on the aggregate score line. It's 2-2, and we knew it was going to be this tight. I think if you'd ask everybody out there, WiseMars, Kalu, I'm not sure anybody can pick like distinctively that WiseMars is going to win or Kalu is going to win. So I think it's a fair reflection of how the game has gone so far. There's 13 in-game minutes gone, and WiseMars back level. Kamavinga, as WiseMars will probe slowly, and I've really had a nice outlook on how he's shaped up. Because I think this year, formations and player roles might just be the most important. The other iterations of FC, you kind of feel like formations were good, but we all kind of had this one meta formation, I think 4-3-1-2 or so, 4-3-2-1, where everybody was using. But this year we are seeing a lot more variety because of the player roles. You can have someone play the playmaker, and when he's got playmaker plus for the 4-3-2-1, it's just mad stuff. And if you have that archetype of a player with a plus where he's playing in his natural role and he excels, you just have him at a different level. If you can play to the best of your abilities, you will definitely have a chance. Here comes Kalu looking to regain his league. Mind you, he went up 2 goals up in this tie, and WiseMars has clawed back to level things up. Dembele for Wise, the Roots Esports player who's been ever impressive ever since he burst onto the scene. If you were around for the trajectory with which WiseMars did fly, then you know that it's been a crazy last few years. If I can recall, WiseMars was one of those who was playing loads and loads of online tournaments, because I remember he did burst onto the scene in 2020 around COVID, where a lot of the Plus Legends tournaments, and look at him do his majestic stuff, but it just turned out to be offside that time. But he just loses class when he's attacking. And during those times where he used to play all of those online tournaments with Plus Legends, I know a lot of people did regard him as a very good player, but sometimes when you play online and you haven't played too much of LAN, you leave doubts in some people's heads. But once you got onto the Plus Legends groups and you saw the hierarchy, you saw the standings with which WiseMars was playing with, like he had like 8 trophies at the time, so you knew he was good. But the question was, could he do it in a LAN event? And I think his first LAN event, he impressed. Really did impress. And there came the Gamer Qualifiers, I think 2 years ago, and he was so impressive. Did wait actually to go to Nigeria. It didn't really pan out well for him in Nigeria, but he still did prove his worth. And then in school, it came that Game Analyst tournament by Ultimate Battle as well. Went on to win 10,000 Ghana cedis, and since then he's been a crazy player. So his journey has been really good. WiseMars from Roots Esports, and he can only feel like it's always going to go up and up from here. But for Kalu, I mean, his goes way back, and in the sense that way back that I can't even recall some of it because I wasn't even around then. There is WiseMars just almost bulldozing his way through the defense. As Kalu has got to be careful. Seems like WiseMars has turned it up a notch a little bit on the offensive side. He is now finding those spaces with much more ease. Mbappe. For Kalu goes way back that I can't even recall some of it, because the first time I did have the encounter, I also played in a tournament where I think I met him. He didn't play too well in that tournament, but he had the ramblings. Kalu's a really good player. Then you had him win tournament after tournament, and in 2025, that game in 2024, sorry, that Game Gurus tournament, the first official tournament in FC25 by the Esports Association of Ghana, where Kalu actually went on to win, and then he put all of the eyeballs on him. That this year he was on form, and FC25 you can definitely see from the way he plays that he is on form. Can the form create more chances? Oh, well, that's the way to go about it. That's the way to finish the half. Statement of intent of a finish. Just slotting it home, finding Dembele. Green time plus precision this year, it's unbeatable. If you've got those two down to a T, you always give yourself a chance of winning games. As we go into the last half of this tie, Kalu, who was set back by that early goal by WiseMars, has a chance now, leading by those 3 huge goals. Really important to see how this all unfolds. And as you're seeing how the formations are playing out with the 4-4-2s, with the 4-3-2-1s, with the 4-2-3-1s, 5 backs this year, I'm not a big fan of it, because I tried playing it didn't work well. I've not seen too much of the pros actually playing the 5 back. I think the 4 backs this year have the more added advantage, because if you commit more bodies forward, you are rewarded. So it all has happened, and you kind of feel like Kalu, him being able to balance between that 4-3-2-1 and the 4-4-2 is key. 4-4-2, if you play and you don't know how to control your midfield, you're going to be in trouble, because those 2 guys in the midfield, they can sometimes get overwhelmed, and then you'd always find yourself wanting. But if you're able to balance it, then you find yourself in a really good position. You can let me know in the chat as well if you think 4-4-2 is the best formation this year. I struggle with it sometimes, but sometimes it's actually really good. down to the last 45 minutes of this time. Mind you guys, if they do play out in a draw, we will have to settle this with extra time. WiseMars, after dominating majority of that first half, has been set back once again by that Kalu goal. Zaire Emery trying with a driven pass. This year, driven pass looks like a necessity to have in your game, and I know it's not difficult to pull off. It's just for me, when you're playing alternate or classic, the R1X, where it's going to be like a hard pass that goes really quickly to your the intended target. I think it's a key thing to have in your arsenal. But once you misplace passes with the driven pass, where you're slow to execute, it takes a longer time for your player to recover. So you could find yourself wanting in some situations, and it could cause problems for you. But if you master that down, you will create problems. Otherwise, once I've seen him play online in those driven passes, he knows how to execute. We've seen him pull that off a couple of times already in this semi-final. Mbappe. Thuram, brilliant pass. There goes Kalu again. He looks unstoppable at this moment. And it's always the Billy who's the outlet. Gets his 2-goal cushion back on aggregate. And he just looks smooth with the way he attacks. There's not too much stuff to even talk about with this attack, because it's just 1-2 passes, finding the open space and the through balls. Just those low through balls, not even the over the top through balls. That's so OP. As simple, as easy as you'd like. Kalu regains that 2-goal lead back at the top, and WiseMars has it all to do now. Staring at the barrel of defeat, staring at the barrel of elimination. With about 30 in-game minutes to go, things not looking good for the Roots man. But at this point, Kalu just looks so dangerous. WiseMars not giving up anytime soon though. Dembele with the player locks, can he execute? Open space for him to attack. The pass though, the option maybe not the best around at that juncture. And he'll have to recycle as Kalu on the break. And WiseMars with an interesting tackle. Very lucky that his player actually stays on the pitch. That could have gotten a red card. I think FC25, the referee sometimes very inconsistent with some of those decisions. Very lucky guy to have all of those 11 players on the virtual pitch. Kalu now in a very commanding position. I wouldn't call it comfortable, because I feel like this year goals can be easily scored and the game can turn on its head at any point in time. I wouldn't call a 2-goal lead comfortable. Usually 3-4 are comfortable, but 2-goal lead is commanding. You are commanding everything. But hey, at any point in time you could lose command and you could be in trouble. So for Kalu, it's always keeping your foot on the gas. But there's only one thing on WiseMars' mind right now: attack. I'm going to see him use different variations, whether it's going to straight things up, whether his fullbacks are going to be bumming forward, whether it's going to change all of the instructions. All we want to see from WiseMars is going to be attack. And I think personally, he's the best guy for this job. Being down by 2 goals, because his offense, when it's flowing, it's flowing. When it's flowing, it's difficult to cut. And for Kalu at this point, it will be managing the game. With these last 20 minutes to go, can he manage the game against a high-powered offense like WiseMars? We find out with the last 25 game minutes to go. It's been a really fun one here at the Accra Esports Week semi-final of our Eafc 25 competition. Kunde. Thuram, open space. Kalu, I think right now what will be running through his mind is, do I still go for another one and then kill the game off, or do I just sit back, try to hold off this lead and run down the clock? And there's still a lot of time. There's a chunk of time. 20 minutes in FC this year is a lot. It's a lot to create chances. That's not the way to go about it. WiseMars losing passes like that definitely isn't boding too well for him. Hernandez over the top, it's Bakola. Kalu with more chances yet to kill it off. Mbappe though stopped in his tracks by Konate. Zaire Emery, you have to find a way of just introducing more guys into the play. I mean, he has sent the runner from Theo Hernandez and he almost just caught everybody off guard, but it just went offside. But those are some of the runs that he does have the ability to trigger that will always confuse opponents. WiseMars On that occasion, though, just went out for offside, and for Kalu, who has been tough so far, could finish it off. Dixie over the goalkeeper, and he cements his position. He's booked himself a seat at the final, and what a way to do it! The cheekiest of finishes. Wow! And how did that through ball come over? And the Billy of all people, who doesn't have the best of the passing stats, but mind you, it's 95 overall, so he does have the ability, and he loves it over the goalkeeper, and it might just be a damn deal for Kalu. 5 goals to 2 on the aggregate scoreline. What a performance this one has been, and I'm sure BigUps and Endless might be watching and saying to themselves, wow, you've got to play this guy in the final? Yeah, it's going to be tough. What a performance this one has been from Kalu, and kudos to him as well. He's been consistent with the way he wants to play. He's not someone that wants too much of the ball. He's not someone that wants possession of the ball all of the time. And when he goes on the counter, he makes sure that he makes you pay. And look at him go again. Maybe to add more goals to the equation. Bakola, go send Mbappe up front, step over. He's just been crazy to watch on the offense. As direct as you'd get it, heel to heel, more space for him. He's just toying with his opponent now. Kalu, in this free-flowing state, he's in the zone at this point, and it's going to be tough for anybody to get him out of the zone. What a way to book your spot in that grand final. It's been just a joy to watch him do his stuff. And for WiseMars, he's just not had it today. I think the first half actually, that was when we did see him play well, as he'll get a goal back. But there's just not enough time on the game clock for him to mount a comeback, as Kalu will pick up this very, very important victory, and he'll get a chance to grab some silverware in this tournament as well, as the final whistle comes to a close. Congratulations to Kalu. Great performance he has just put up, but he's not done yet. There's more games to come. Endless versus BigUps will be coming on your screen right after this break. It's still the Accra Esports Week FC25 Open Championships.
Good days of competitive gaming, socialization, seminars, and many more. The maiden edition of Accra Esports Week came to an end at the Accra Mall Food Court. The Accra Esports Week was brought to you by Pop Out and Esports Academy in partnership with Esports Association of Ghana, Joy Prime, and My Joy Online. The event saw top esports athletes in Ghana compete on the final stages in various video games such as FIFA 23, eFootball, NBA 2K23, and Frozen, with over 20,000 Ghana cedis in pot prizes.
Hi, welcome to the VGA Esports Show, and it's amazing how we've all gathered here today for the Accra Esports Week. Since Monday, we've been bringing you back-to-back esports action. It's been non-stop from every genre of gaming you can think of, and I'll be speaking to a few people to get their views on what the week has been like. I've got my first person here. Vespa.
Hi.
How has the week been?
Wow, it's been terrific. It's been exciting. It's been something I haven't witnessed yet. I may want to call it unprecedented. Of course, it's the biggest ever esports experience in Africa, comprising over 12 games. In fact, it's been exhilarating, and I really had fun with this.
What are you expecting from a final? Do you expect it to be as good as it was or even better?
Now, this final is going to be crunch, trust me. I mean, particularly with the FIFA, we are going to be playing from the quarter-final stages, and trust me, all those final 8 players, they are tough. They are among Ghana's best, Ghana's favorites. There's the BigUps in there, there's Prince Jonas in there, there's Sule Habib. The only person missing out is the only Wonder Kid, but it looks like right now he wants to retire into, some legendary status, so we'll excuse him. But of course, with MD8, we have 2 of the best in the country. We have DT coming up against Terry, and of course, the sim racing super races right there. So in fact, we are poised for a lot of action today. I'm just reserved, waiting to see how the energy will rise up very soon when we kickstart.
People go shame. My baby, be you carry my last name. I know they mind more than they say.
The VGA Esports Show coming to you live from the Kotoka International Airport. Yes, we're speaking of how Ghana has to get to the next stage, and well, the time is now. The Valorant female team are here at the Kotoka International Airport, making their way to Saudi Arabia. Before they leave, we had to catch up with them for the last time, and I should call her. Rita, you're welcome to the show. This is the first time I'm speaking to you on the show. How is the feeling like going into this one?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but mostly excited. I think we're gonna go there and have some fun.
What's the story been like for you for Valorant?
I started playing about a year ago, so I'm not that good at the game, but considering the other girls being super new to the game, I was the one that had to teach them like everything. But we had mad support from Arena 233, a couple people on the Valorant group as well. They came through, they gave us tips, we had one-on-ones with them. It was really some nice community building, so yeah.
What do you think your chances are of maybe making it all the way?
Honestly, the teams look scary. They look very scary. I see a lot of people who know the game. They've been playing for years. So honestly, we're just going to do our best, have some fun. It's our first time going. We'll come back stronger and better next year.
Now, building up to the days, a few days going into it, how are the feelings like? Did the training intensify? What are you feeling like?
Training definitely intensified. We did more work, and I'm proud of where we are right now, because we barely knew the game and we dedicated our time and become good at it.
Wow, you're going to Saudi Arabia. First impressions?
Hi, I'm excited. Feeling pressured but excited.
So what are your expectations going into this one? I know you're going to face other champions from different parts of the world. What are the expectations going into this one?
Well, I've placed my heart into training, so I think I will do my best. Maybe we'll bring some of the money home.
I've heard from your other teammates how they are feeling. Like, is this your first time traveling outside to represent Ghana on the international stage?
Yes, it is. This is my first time traveling ever, so I'm very, very excited.
But you're also going to meet great teams out there. How do you think you score up against them?
I think we're going to do our best. That's all we're going to do. Just try our best.
It's been non-stop action and it's been wonderful to be here. That first semi-final we saw was epic. And you see I'm here with someone, for those of you who are not familiar with his face, top guy within the esports gaming scene, in fact FC scene, top guy, but it doesn't always go his way. Today it didn't go his way. It's WiseMars here with me in the commentary booth. We'll be taking you through this next game that is coming up, BigUps versus Endless. If BigUps and Endless can hear me, you can go now. We'll be getting into that game shortly. But yeah, for WiseMars, I kind of feel like the game got away from you. Immediately Kalu equalized in that second leg. What just changed? Because I felt like the first leg you were playing well.
Yeah, I think I was creating the chances, but I wasn't really, I don't know.
Because even if you look at that first leg, you created chances, but the first two he scored.
Yeah, true. It's silly mistakes for me.
Especially that second goal, like you were trying to work the counter shot, he got the ball, 1-2 passing, and then the 2 ball, immediately he scored. But let's get into this game. We're speaking to WiseMars a lot more. I want him to give us a little bit of the insights and how he sees differently the way the games go. It's BigUps versus Endless. BigUps after 6 esports, Endless of Convict Records esports. BigUps in the all whites for the Los Blancos Real Madrid as he's attacking early, and it looks like
Endless to win this game.
you have to be Endless to win.
Actually,
Why?
played him warm up before the tournament. Showed me something.
You felt like this year
Yeah.
he's going crazy. He's one of those underrated players out there that I'm sure people see and be like, okay, he's not up there with the best, but if you can actually go on and win this tournament, I feel like the respect will certainly be there. And for Endless, he will be working with West Ham United, not a team that we usually see in tournaments. Remember, guys, it's 95 overall game mode and home and away as well. So the teams can change. The teams can change so many times.
Going with a 4-2-3-1 formation, so he's actually sitting back, waiting for BigUps to do his skirmishes and just hit him up.
The way he used the word skirmishes, do you think Carlos will start back a little bit in the first leg? Maybe do your skirmishes and hit you on the counter?
I mean, you can say that, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. If it works, do not change it. For BigUps, maybe this might work right here. Rodrigo, though, that interplay in that crowded area is always key. As someone that I always say has composure in the box. For your game, I don't feel like you had too much composure, but FC25, would you say it's a game that you have to have composure in the box when you're attacking?
Actually, because of this precision shooting, I mean, you can change it last second, so you really have to have really high composure. Yeah.
If you are composed in the box, I feel like you just separate yourself from others and you always find a way to score even the most tightest angles. BigUps, he looks really silky up front. So far he's been doing all of the attacking. Will he be rewarded with a goal over the top for Mbappe? The defense stands its ground, and just like WiseMars said earlier, Endless can't defend. He is defending pretty well, but still early stages. Just 20 minutes on the game clock, already gone. Bowen with space on the counter. The convict man looking to break, and we've seen him use the creative runs that I haven't seen too many people use. I think Kalu did use a couple of occasions against you, but creative runs, I think a lot more people prefer the player lock. Compare and contrast the two, and which one you feel like people should lean towards more.
Before I even speak, I know people be like, player lock. I prefer the player lock because I mean I used to beat my opponents a lot.
I think player locks are key this year, but if you can mix it just a little bit with the creative runs, especially if you can turn off the green cursor, because I feel like a lot of them are using the green cursor, makes your opponent see where you want your attack to finish. Interesting effort, Green Trivella from outside. It wasn't something that we saw in your game. Has it been nerfed a little bit?
I mean, I think the players I had Bakule and Dembele, so they can't Trivella on their, I don't know,
on their weaker foot.
So that's why.
And on the wing you were playing them, you can't have them come inside and then get a Trivella. Remember, guys, 95 overall. Usually you do not have play style. So even if the player has Trivella play style, sometimes is scraped off. So you can bear with them, but good effort from BigUps trying with the Trivella with Mbappe. Green time there as well. That time they didn't manage to beat the goalkeeper in goal. With 30 minutes gone, it's been an interesting affair so far. BigUps has done more of the possession, like I said earlier, that he likes to do. He wants to have control of the ball. He wants to dictate every single possession out there. We've seen the after 6 man do that very, very well. We're left with the most important statistic of the game, getting the goal. Very, very key. We see the player lock in action now with Rodrigo. BigUps. They're surveying the ways in which he can attack this one.
BigUps is actually attacking really well.
And it will open beautiful space for him. It will open space that will cause him to do damages. And just as we sing those praises for him on offense, it pays off. The after 6 man proudly in his jersey, making sure that he gets his goal. All of those attacks and you don't get a goal sometimes can be derailing. This time around, not for BigUps though. Do we see a shift of the goalkeeper from Endless? Maybe thought he was going to shoot near post. Decided to go far post BigUps, and it has paid off. Crucial goal. And how important is scoring first in tournaments like this and big games like these?
Actually counts and nails down so much. I mean, you know, even when your opponents equalize, I mean it's 1-1. But then when you go, like when you go down, be like,
the spirit comes down a little bit. Now you have to find a way to motivate yourself in game. It does happen sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people who are watching, even when you're playing casually, your regular rivals, champs, even when you're playing kickoff against friends, and you go down, you feel the pressure, you feel the nerves. Like every single time you get the ball now, you want to rush and score goals, but what separates the best players from the okay players is they're able to calm themselves down and then being able to build themselves up, find ways to motivate themselves, and that is what Endless will have to do here with the second half of the first leg coming up. You have the last attack of the game. Does give the ball away cheaply though, as Suchek trying to get more guys into play as that first half.
I think this half has been all BigUps. All BigUps.
He's created like the majority of the opportunities. We haven't seen too much from Endless, but I know you've been in this situation that Endless is in right now, like being the underdog. Do you like being the underdog? Is that the approach you take into games?
I like that.
You embrace being the underdog.
Yeah. I mean, I win more underdog games.
Like games where people don't expect you to win.
Yeah, actually.
Is it because there's less pressure on you, and like people are expecting the other guy to win, so even if you don't win, you know, oh, they were supposed to lose?
There's less pressure from the outside, but there's pressure on me. I mean, I want to beat him. Like, why are you
want to prove people wrong?
Why am I the underdog? You understand? Yeah.
Well, that might be the case for Endless for some people, because I know trophies wise, accolades wise, in fact, name wise, and how big BigUps is within the FC scene, you'd consider Endless an underdog. But the kind of performance he's put up in this tournament, look, I don't think he's an underdog at all. I think he's warranted his position to be here in the semi-final, but you've got to do a lot to beat BigUps.
Green.
Usually on a traffic light, green means goal. For FC, green means goal. And it has just worked to perfection for BigUps. This time, very, very easy way he breaks down that defense with just one pass, splits it open, and killing Mbappe when he's there. You know he's causing problems. BigUps takes a commanding 2-0 lead, and now Endless, he will be feeling the pressure. He will be feeling the heat, because I feel like 2 goals up, BigUps is usually one of the best players around, because he knows how to control possession of the ball.
I mean, as they say, BigUps is a rat. He's a rat, so Endless. if you find one before the second leg.
But you know what? I've been in tournaments where we've had people who are a goal up, 2 goals up, and it still goes the other way around. And it's actually players who we consider the rats, as you'd like to call them. Remember that tournament where Labista was in the final against Kairan. Immediately Labista went up, and I think BigUps was even in the commentary booth with me that day. It was like, once Labista goes 2 goals up, it's a wrap. And then Kairan found a way. So I don't think it's all over for Endless yet. There's still a lot of time to be played with, I think, 30 in-game minutes and then the whole of the second leg to be played. There's still a little bit of hope for the Convict man to hold on to, but he's got to create chances. He's got to find a way to create chances, and he's just looked still in my eyes. Like the 4-2-3-1 formation, I know it sits you back a bit, but if you were in his shoes, when you were in his corner as a coach, are you telling him to change the formation a little bit?
I mean, you play what works best for you, though. I mean, but I don't like this formation because you sit back too much and it's like you're relying on the counter.
Yeah, like you're inviting so much pressure.
And I mean, I'm not really.
Oh, there is the space for him. He's got to finish this one off. Oh, his first big chance of the game, and Kudos up front can't convert, and that will hurt so much for Endless. But this is the way to go about it. Now we are seeing him on the offensive end, a little bit more open space for him. Rejects the pass with a little bit of a cancel. Kudos. Paqueta, open space again. That's 2 huge chances in a couple of minutes. He had to convert those. Endless now probing. Now I'm sure BigUps has been alerted to how dangerous Endless can be. But there was 2 huge opportunities, and that's a momentum killer for Endless. Yeah. Like 2 really good chances, and you can't convert, and you're down by 2 goals. Yeah.
You actually need to take your chances. I mean, against Kalu, I dominated, but 2 mistakes, 2 goals. And
it could cost you in the end. And at this point, with how BigUps is playing, controlling possession, Endless needs to step it up a little bit more and be clinical up front. Bowen for Endless. I like what I'm seeing now. He's inviting more bodies up front. You see him now with like 3 players up front into space with a brilliant control speed dribbling. And Kudos is actually one of the best at that end game. Almost pulling it off. But this is the always the danger when you commit more bodies forward. You could be susceptible to the counters. Rodrigo almost breaking through for BigUps. That time stopped in his tracks. Fulcrum.
And the BigUps has to control the game a bit because I mean it's becoming end to end. And that will suit the counter-attacking formation for
style. Because you play a little bit quicker, you're looking for over the top 2 balls. You want to score goals, so that it will definitely favor Endless in this situation. So if BigUps can slow it down, then it's advantage the after 6 man. But hey, usually it's much easier said than done. I always say this. You can say it so easily, but once you hold on to those controllers, it's not easy at all. There comes Endless again, looking silky in the box. Can he get a goal for all of his effort, just trying to force his way through? And it just doesn't work. Corner kick situation now for him. Kudos will play short. Paqueta. Can Endless just find a breakthrough? I think if he gets a goal, it does so much for his confidence. With about 5 minutes to go, just need something to hold on to in the second leg. Killman, MSN will send the runner up front with the player lock. Open space. Kudos. Can Endless do it? Into Fulcrum with just a little bit of hope. The pass coming a little bit too early. That will be flagged for offside, and kudos to BigUps who's actually stood his ground, withstood all of the pressure that Endless has thrown at him. But there's still possibly one more chance for Endless to have a crack at it. Paqueta just finding guys into play a lot more difficult than he thought, and BigUps certainly now will pick up this 2-goal win in this first leg. Really impressive. 2-0. We are going into another leg with a 2-goal lead, and you're in BigUps' shoes. Are you saying 2 goals is not comfortable in FC 25? Because there's a whole 90 minutes to be played and anything could happen. So are you advising him to still play the way he does and
he has to play the way he does? And when he gets the first goal, making it 3-0, then now he can relax a bit.
So now every single time I have someone in the commentary booth, I always like to put them on the spot. I haven't had you before, so I have to put him on the spot. And I know the viewers will be looking closely at this one. You've played so many guys in Ghana FC 25. Give me your top 3 of not the best players around, but the ones that you've always struggled to play against. that you find it always difficult to beat? Maybe others beats them, but when it's you playing, WiseMars playing, you're always struggling to beat them. I know a lot of people are in the chat watching and waiting for who.
They will come for me. Look out for me.
Whoever you say,
you can keep your screenshots. I have mine. I think Mayweather.
Mayweather is one. Did you play him in the tournament?
No, I didn't play him. Okay. When I play him
but why does Mayweather always find a way to?
I think he actually
to worry you.
He knows how to defend. His defense is actually good. Montana is attacking.
So Montana is Montana. Definitely Montana is Montana. And then finally,
this FIFA. It's hard.
Yeah, I put him on the spot, so you have to think. And he's played a lot of guys, and usually WiseMars wins loads of games. So maybe there are few people who actually give him like a tough time. So it's taking a really
Kalu just beat me, so let me just put
since Kalu in the back. We won't play WiseMars at all. So he got Kalu, Montana, and then Mayweather. That's not a bad lineup at all. That is not a bad lineup at all, my friends. And FC25, it's come up for a couple of months now. A lot of people have grinded the game. A lot of people have seen like everything that works within the game. But if you are looking as to what is the meta, like what's currently OP right now, and you put the Trivela, you put over the top two balls, you put precision shooting, because I feel like it's OP. Like a lot of people use it and they are creating chances. With two of these, you feel like it should be the bare minimum for you to have in your game.
First time true balls.
I think everybody is now using it. When you're playing Rivals Champs and you don't meet it, then I don't know the kind of game you are playing.
First time true balls and finesse.
Finesse shots.
I think with the ultimate team mode,
you have to be able to utilize those finesse shots. Well, we'll see if any of these players does try finesse shots, because even WiseMars speaking here, we didn't see him try too many finesse shots. Maybe, of course, it is 95 overall game with them. Maybe the finesse shots don't really work like they do in Ultimate Team. But we are back for that second leg. BigUps commanding 2-goal lead. But kudos to Endless though. In those final few minutes in that first leg, he did ruffle the feathers a bit, and it seems like he just wants to continue from where he left off. Killman right on the end of the box, needs something to go down for him. Just probing and having more bodies up front. Try with the step over that time around, and you'll get a free kick in a dangerous area. This year, I think free kicks, from last year actually, free kicks feel like penalties to some people. They always convert, and we've already seen him score a free kick. We didn't even land.
Game on.
2 goals to 1 on aggregate. He hits that on the bullseye. We also saw you score a free kick actually. I think you scored against Kalu in the group stages with a free kick. So free kicks are always key. Even when you don't have the best of set piece takers, they always find a way to go in. Like so easy. Jared Bowen just smashing it.
I mean, as you said, it's like a penalty. So
what does this do as a confidence booster to Endless after missing so many chances and finally?
I mean, yeah, only one go down, so what's there to lose?
Like you can throw everything at the kitchen sink at it. And for Kalu and for BigUps, now he will be feeling the pressure, and the pressure might even mount more now if Endless can get another one to goal driven pass. Defender gets there first. Now every single loose ball, Endless is always getting there. You can see the poise and the energy with which he's attacking now. You can feel that the tables are turning a little bit. This second leg so far in these first 10 minutes, it's all been Endless. The after 6 man, does he have a response with Rodrigo? Bellingham, Kamavinga, BigUps needs one to relax. Got the shot away just straight to Ariola.
Nice goalkeeper movement by Endless too.
And I think goalkeeper movement is also one thing that always leaves